Pressure 3, 2, 1, start.
Yeah, good afternoon and welcome you all for this new season of Hackathon, season 5. And friends, it's a very proud moment for ICI because when we started Hackathon, everybody was saying कि ये क्या कर रहे हो? What's going on? Is there some hacking going on or what is going to be there? And we presented the concept that it's a stage where our members will come up, they will show their AI skill sets, and our juries will be there. They will give the ranking, and also our participants will be giving online ranking, just like a competitive show which we normally see on the TVs. So that type of things it is. So at that time, the president and vice president were also worried that what AI committee is going to do, and many members were also worried. But today, the hackathon has now become a landmark program for this AI committee because we have near about 300 plus use cases of hackathonists, those who were the panelists. Then we have number of faculties coming up from these panelists. Then we have 4 panelists who are already there as a winner of hackathon 1, 2, 3, 4. And further, we had a Champions of Champions hackathon in the AI Innovation Summit last year. So, friends, we thank you all the panelists, all the juries, all the participants, our chartered accountant brothers and sisters who watch this hackathon. Those who miss this hackathon, they watch videos of 10 minutes of the panelists, which is of utmost important for future. So this is an innovation platform. This is a library of knowledge, and this is also showcasing our ICS talent to the world. No other institute has gone into such a system in India of hackathon. We were there, and now we are also the front runner in AI adoption. Friends, under chairmanship of our past president and now chairman Nanda sir, we are working very hard to bring latest technologies, latest upgraded knowledge of AI in our chartered accountancy. We all should be proud that our ICI is a front runner in AI adoption, already having MOU with India, AI, Government of India. Further, we have MOU with Google. We now going to have MOU with Servam, which is an indigenous LLM developed, and lot more activities are there. AI Innovation Summit is also going to happen in the month of June, 26th of June. So I will request you all to join this Innovation Summit and further join the book writing competition, join hackathon seasons which are coming up in the next coming weeks. Further, join the prompt library competition, join the faculty development program of AI, which is going to happen soon in the month of May as well as in future also. So we are very grateful, we are very thankful, and we are very proud of our all AI enthusiastic members and also our students who are going through this Aura course for them. So this AI committee is working for your betterment. Your suggestions, your comments are always welcome. And please stay connected in the WhatsApp groups of your level 1 or level 2 batches where we post these messages. Stay connected with the WhatsApp community channel and also our website. So I will request Rishi Tandon to play the AI Summit video first, and then we will start our hackathon. All our panelists, 10 panelists are there today. They are all ready. Over to you, Rishi.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So thank you, Rishi, for this showcasing the AI Summit. Registrations are open. Please join it. And now we welcome our panelist, Chunoti. Then we have our jury, Rahul. Then we have our jury, Rupal Garg. Then we have another panelist, Sakshi. Then Siddharth. Then Tejas Bhai. Then we have Dhruv. Then we have Kamal Arora ji. Then we have Suresh ji. Then Naman. And one more panelist will join soon. So welcome you all, 10 panelists for this season 5, episode 1. Now I hand over the mic to our juries for the further proceeding of this hackathon season 5, and request all participants to stay connected and vote for your favorite panelist on the basis of merit. So over to you, juries.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words of wisdom. We always look forward for the same. And as sir mentioned, please register for the ICAI AI Innovation Summit going to happen at Bharat Mandapam on the 26th and 27th of June 2026. The registration lines are open and the early bird discounts ending tomorrow. Now moving up towards the hackathon, we have our esteemed jury, CA Rahul Bajaj ji and CA Rupal Garg ji. And we call upon our first contestant for today, CA Siddharth Agarwal ji. Siddharth ji, over to you.
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, before
yes.
before you start, I will request Rishi to just elaborate the checks points or conditions of hackathon so everybody are aware of it.
Right, sir. This is season 5, episode 1 hackathon. We have 10 panelists for today, and we are starting with Siddharth Agarwal ji. For the audience, we have the voting lines are open. The polling quizzes is open. It's on the polls quizzes section on the Zoom dashboard. There you will see all the 10 panelists have their names from, and the markings are from 1 to 5. 1 is the lowest and 5 is the highest. I repeat, 1 is the lowest and 5 is the highest. And you have to mark your votes for all the contestants to submit your vote. So please listen to all the presentations of all the 10 panelists and then please mark your votes. At the end, we'll give you 5 minutes all when you have listened to all the presentations to register your votes. Apart from that, we have the jury, CA Rahul ji and CA Rupal ji, who will also be asking questions, seeing the presentations, and also they will be involved in the markings for the presentations. Top 3 from today's episode 1 will go to the semi-finals, which will be held on the 12th of June, 2026. So now I request...
Rishi also
yes,
the timelines, 10 minutes, 8-minute ringing.
Yes. Every panelist will get 10 minutes for the presentation. If there is any technical issue at the presentation's end, we will allow some time, but please stick to the 10 minutes allotted timeline. We will give you a buzzer call at the end of 8 minutes. That is 2 minutes are remaining, and one more call at 10 minutes as the time is up. So can we start now? Thank you, sir. Siddharth ji, over to you.
Uh, Good afternoon, everyone. Special thanks to the AI and ICAI committee for this opportunity. I am CA Siddharth Agrawal. I'm the faculty for the Committee on Career Counseling ICAI. I'm also the trainee faculty for the Digital Accounting and Assurance Board ICAI. Now, as many of us are aware that the Digital Personal Data Protection Act has been partially enforced from November 2025. And in the Digital Personal Data Protection Act, we as a chartered accountant are designated as data fiduciaries. Now, why we are designated as a data fiduciaries? Because we are collecting n number of documents from our client for various purposes, and all those n number of documents contain digital personal data of the client. So when we are collecting any personal data of our client and deciding the means and purpose of processing of that personal data, we are a data fiduciary. And in the DPDP Act, we as a data fiduciary are required to obtain consent from our client through a notice given to the client, and that consent is for processing personal data of the client. So I had developed a tool named as DPDP Coverage, through which we can send this consent notices to our clients and also maintain a consent log for the notices generated and sent to our client, so that that consent log can act as a coverage whenever any proceeding from the Data Protection Board of India is initiated against us. So with this, I will start sharing my screen. Kindly confirm if the screen is visible or not. I had shared my screen. Is it visible, sir?
Yes, it is visible.
Yeah, that's great. So this is the prompt that we had given for making this tool. Now this prompt has been made as per the directions given in the book Prompt Engineering for Chartered Accountants. That the prompt anatomy is divided into 5 parts: persona, context, task, boundaries, and format. So these are the 5 elements that every good prompt should have. And from that prompt, we had got the code, and through that code, we had built this DPDP Kavach. So I had just opened the DPDP Kavach. So we can see in the DPDP Kavach, this is the settings part. That will be common for everyone. CA name, email, phone. We had intentionally left the firm name so that we comply with the code of ethics. So this will be common for every notice that we generated from our tool. Now these are the email SMTP settings that are used to send email to our clients whenever we are using this tool. And then we can test also our connection with the tool. Here, if we click, now we have this clients. Now this is our client Priya Agrawal. The name is Priya Agrawal. Email is capriyabansalmansor@gmail.com. Phone is this one. Now, if I want to send notice for this client, how can I do it? I will select Priya Agrawal. Now in this document category, we have many options: income tax document, GST documents, or both. We had also provide multi-language format for notice, that we can provide the notice in English or in Hindi, as both are allowed in the DPDP Act, or both English and Hindi. We had also in options of send via email or send via WhatsApp. We can select either or both. Then we have the option of preview notice. Now when we click on income tax documents and click on this preview notice, we will get this. See, this is we had get this notice for obtaining consent. So these are the details of the data fiduciary, that is from our office it is generated. Then identity of the data fiduciary, from whom office it is generated. Personal data proposed to be collected and purpose. That is very important in the DPDP Act. That itemized description of personal data we have to give, what data we want, like salary slips, Form 26As, AIAs, TIAs, bank statement, Demat account, PNL, profit and loss statement, balance sheet, capital gain. These are some of the documents that we require for income tax purposes. Then specified purpose, we had mentioned the purpose also, description of services. Then data processor disclosure. This is very important. That has been dealt in the privacy and AI book by the AI and ICAI committee, that whenever we are giving any data to a data processor, we should give it in a redacted format. So here we may share the data with Claude AI. Consent validity period, we have mentioned in the notice that the consent will be valid for 1 year. Then some disclosures as per the Act: rights of client as a data principal, complaint to the Data Protection Board, consent request, disclaimer, all those things are covered in the notice. Now, if I change this notice language to Hindi only, then I will click on preview notice. Then I will see that the notice is in Hindi language because I had changed the language to Hindi. I can also change the notice to GST document. Suppose if I had selected here GST documents and I click on preview notice, then it's showing in Hindi, we will see in English. Then we can see that earlier there were documents related to sample client. It says because we had not selected the client, so it has not mentioned the name of the client. Now we had selected the client. So to Priya Agrawal. Now here the itemized description of personal data required as per GST is there. Purchase register, sales register, supporting documents like invoices, GSTR 2A, bank statement, e-way bills, common credit register. These are some of the things that are required for filing GST return. So it has automatically mentioned these documents as provided in the code. We can also use this tool for n number of purposes, for RERA, for will, or any purpose we want, and any language we can mention: Hindi, English, Gujarati, Marathi, any language. Then we can also edit the client. For example, if I edit this Priya Agrawal client as a NRI, suppose this client is a NRI, then I select the NRI and do yes on it and save changes. Then again, if I go to send notices and I click on Priya Agrawal and I click on preview notice, then we can say some additional disclosures relating to section 16 NRI cross-border transfer are mentioned here in the heading, and also in the subject, also in the main body, also some additional disclosures in relation to NRI are mentioned. When we had selected the client as a NRI, as you are a non-resident Indian, section 16 cross-border data transfer, applicable jurisdictions, additional safeguards, your rights, country of residence, and these all are the some of the other things that has been embedded in the tool when we select the non-resident. Now we will see how we can send notice to our client on email as well as WhatsApp. So we will select the client, then we select send to selected clients. Send notice to one client, yes. The tool will tell us if the notice has been sent successfully or not. See, it has opened the WhatsApp. It has opened the name or the chat of Priya Agrawal, and it has given the notice, and it is asking for me to click on the button for sending. So we had sent the notice to Priya Agrawal on WhatsApp. Notice for obtaining consent, as we can see here. Dear Priya Agrawal, this notice has contained all the documents. It is being sent on 3:18 p.m. Now we can also check on the mail, and we will also get a notification on the tool. The tool is telling us that successful, 2 notices sent successfully. We will also check on the mail whether the notice has been sent to Priya Agrawal or not. We will refresh our mail. We can see that the notice for obtaining consent has been just sent to Priya Agrawal 0 minutes ago. It is showing notice for obtaining consent. All the specified particulars in the notice are covered here, and we can see that the notice has been sent to the client. Now there is one more option in the tool. Like we have this client list, we can also import client from an Excel sheet. For example, here I select this. This is my Excel sheet, and here I imported. So here I had imported one client from my Excel sheet. Now this client is a minor. As we can see, minor, it is yes, is a minor. So in case of minor, the notice won't be sent to the email ID or mobile number of the minor. In case of minor, as per the provisions of the Act, the notice will be sent to the parent of minor. So the notice will be sent to capriyabansal@gmail.com. That is the email ID of parent of the minor, and parent phone, that is 9755917650. And we will also preview the notice here. So the notice will contain some additional disclosures in relation to minor. Here, important minor data principle: as Abhiraj Agrawal is below the age of 18 years, this notice is being sent to the parent or lawful guardian in compliance of section 9 of the Digital Personal Data Protection Act. So here we can see that how the notice has been modified accordingly. When we choose the status of the client as minor, and here again we will send the notice to client, but this time the notice will be going to the parent email ID or parent of the client, because the client is a minor. So we had again instructed this tool. And we can see here the mobile number was 9755917650. So it has sent the notice to the mobile number of the parent, and in the email also.
The last 2 minutes is left.
Yes, ma'am. And in the email also we will check that the notice is sent to whom. Yes, we can see the email has been sent 0 minutes ago to Abhiraj Agrawal, dear parent guardian of Abhiraj Agrawal, and it has covered minor data principle. As Abhiraj Agrawal is below the age of 18 years, so it has covered the minor clause also, and so verifiable consent of is required before any personal data of a minor can be processed. So this is how I had demonstrated how we can send notices to our consent notices to our clients. And now the most important part, consent log, that whenever we are running our tool, then send notices. This screen is then consent log. This is the log that we had sent notices to 4 persons, 2 persons on 2 times. One is on WhatsApp and one is on email. So here it is, the consent log is appearing for us, and that consent log can act as a defense whenever a question arises that where a chartered accountant has sent the consent notice as required under the provisions of this act. And this consent notice will help us in proving that we had sent the notice as per the requirements of the act and we had complied with the provisions of this act. And this consent log can save us from a penalty of up to rupees 50 crores, that is for breach of any other provision of the act or the rules made thereunder. So in this way, we can substantiate before the board that we had taken due care and performed our obligations in accordance with the guidelines given in the act. And we can also export this log in an Excel sheet. As we can see, we can export this in a CSV file on anything on our, suppose I WhatsApp it is log, then it will be WhatsApp, it will be exported as a log. And we can also clear this log when required and delete anything from this log. So that was all from my side. Thank you so much. I am ready for the questions if any.
Thank you, Siddharthji. I just have a quick question. Could you please briefly elaborate on the technology that you've used for WhatsApp and Gmail integration?
Sir, for Gmail, we have used the simple mail transfer protocol. This is the SMTP settings. And for WhatsApp, we have used an API of the WhatsApp, and the API was not there in the initial code. But when we again refined our prompt and requested for the code, then the API was in the code. And it has been, and the code was pasted in IDLE, and through that, the tool is created.
Okay, thank you.
Rahulji, any questions from your side?
Yeah. So, Siddharthji,
Ji, sir.
what if, say, in the starting of July or August, maybe when we file returns, our team inadvertently sends more than 500 WhatsApp? Could this result in banning of WhatsApp number?
Sir, I'm not aware of the same, but because I had not sent more than 500 till now.
So, क्या होता है कि जुलाई में the staff might click on this and select all and send. So
Yes,
it might
yes,
go
yes.
to more than 500 people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There is a restriction on 500, but I had not sent more than 500, so I can't tell what will happen if I send more than 500.
Okay. Yeah, that's all from my side.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Siddharthji, for a
Yeah.
great presentation.
Thank you,
Now
sir.
we move on to the next contestant, Tejas Andharia ji. Tejas ji, over to you.
Yes, sir. Before the time starts, may I share the screen?
Siddharthji, please stop sharing your screen.
My screen is visible to all, sir?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, sir. Namaskar to respected jury members, all my dear participants of this hackathon and the great audience. My today's use case is on the office management system. So, coming to the problem statement, in our traditional practice, what we are doing, we are used to give oral instructions to our staff, and our staff handles those instructions by the way of noting them down in the diary. In this way, the meeting up the timelines becomes very difficult. Measuring the staff efficiencies will be on the memory basis of the admin and not on the task basis. We cannot correlate it to task. In case of work diary management, manual work diary preparation would be there. If we want to raise an invoice, then also we have to open the spreadsheet or the accounting software, and then to mail that invoice, we have to open the Gmail manually or WhatsApp manually. If we want to make some inquiry to the LLM, we are required to open it in the browser and to write a lengthy prompt also. So to cope up with all these problems and to make all these seamlessly integrated into a one workflow, I have developed this Python utility, which consists of 10 Python modules and total 5,400 lines of code is there. And the database used here is the SQLite database. And for sending the mails, because and each and every stage in this app, the mail will be sent to the admin or to the staff member regarding the workflow. So SMTP is used for there, and this is the list of 9 Python libraries which are used in making this app. Now these are the features, but instead of reading these features, let us see the app practically. So I will have to make 2 logins, one for the admin and one for the staff. First is for the admin. And another for staff member. So both will have the different type of panel due to the rights at the admin and staff levels. Let us start with the admin level. This is the admin level. First of all, the dashboard, interactive dashboard will be there regarding the task management as to the task is yet not started or in process or on hold or overdue according to the date assigned or reopened by the admin. If it is reopened by the admin, then only admin can close it. Suppose I want to know which are the 3 tasks in process, then simply I have to click here. The tasks will appear here. In the same way, all the charts are interactive and with a simple click with the Plotly library. Thereafter, staff master. From here, I can add the staff. Suppose new staff named U is entered. Username is also U, and for example, I write here my office email ID. And temporary password is also given. As soon as I click here, the email is sent. Let us see that email. So this type of email is received. You can see 0 minutes ago. Username, temporary ID, password is there, and it must be required to be changed on the very first login. Now, for the task management, the admin can assign tasks from here. In the small practitioner's case, the client master is not required. Therefore, I have not deliberately assigned here the staff master. Otherwise, it was very easy to make import of CSV and create a staff master. But I have integrated the client master with the local folder system of my PC. So suppose I write someone's name like this and click on the tab, the concerned client list would appear here. In the same way, if I write this and click on the give the tab, the concerned client names would appear here. Now I give the priority, medium, low, or high, assigning to this dummy staff. This is the task description. This is the due date. Due date cannot be the Sunday as set by me in this app. And work category is say income tax. Remark is say ITR. And nearly 30 minutes I want to allot for this task. And as soon as I assign the task, email is sent to the staff member. And in the staff panel also, that task would appear. Auto refresh is enabled at every 30 seconds in this app, or like the GST portal, one can give here the refresh also, and that staff will be added in the non-started task list. So in this way, staff can also report this task by just clicking on that task, and marking is at in process. As soon as the staff marks at in process, the time counter will start for that task, and admin will be able to get the time the staff has taken for that task. At the same time, staff can also initiate some task at its own from here. That will be available for the admin approval. In addition to that, user log will be there for the admin panel, leave management at the admin panel, because at the staff level, staff can apply for the leave from the staff utilities here. Suppose the staff has applied for the leave, email will flow to the admin, and as soon as the admin logins to, you can see 30 seconds auto refresh pending leave, staff utility, admin will go to leave management, and this pending leave application will be here. Now admin can either approve it or reject it with some reason. If this leave was approved, then what will happen? That staff was not allowed to log in on that particular date because he is on the leave on that. So that condition is also maintained in this app. Further, staff can also generate work diary. So staff will have this type of work diary where idle time will also be monitored, where no task is in the process, or leave will also be monitored here. Staff efficiency in the staff panel, we can see the staff efficiency for each and every task, because admin is required to mark the staff efficiency for each and every completed staff. From here, staff efficiency, staff utilities, this is the admin panel. Staff can here see the admin can here see the staff efficiency leaderboard according to their average rating. And here is the list of unrated tasks. Admin can just take the unrated task and rate it. And on the next email, when the task is given to the staff, staff will get the notice of rating also according to it. You can see the emails regarding leave request, etc. Here are the client utilities regarding raising of the invoice. Raising of an invoice, these are already raised invoice. Suppose we want, this is the new invoice according to the coming serial number. If we want to edit invoice number 2, then simply we are required to click here and the details of that invoice will be loaded into the screen. If we want to see the format of the invoice, here is the format of this invoice with initial of the admin and the QR code to get the payment. And as soon as we type here the name, the email ID of the concerned client and click on send email, email will be sent to the concerned client with the attachment of this invoice. In addition to that, tools and AI, these are the frequently used website links, CA, GPT, etc., income tax, GST. This is my own portal where I share my utilities with the public. So all these are the links. This is in addition to that, AI assistant is also there with the API key. Use the prompt will be extended and given to the Google Gemini Flash 2.0 model for getting answer. And now, due to paucity of the time, I will have to summarize this app. Here the bcrypt hashing is used, which is considered as the world's one of the most secure hashing. Lock on the incorrect password 3 times for the 5 minutes. Idle time logout facility is also there for the 5 minutes idle. Interactive dashboard, you have seen 30-second refresh I have talked about. We have also added the staff member. Admin can also afterward reset the password of the staff and it will be compulsorily required to be changed on the next login by the staff member. On assignment of the task, auto email will be sent. Staff can also initiate the task, auto email and admin approval. Task reopened by the admin can only be closed by the admin. That is the facility. At each and every stage, almost Excel and PDF export facility is there. Leave application, entire leave management is through this app. No login allowed during the leave period. Work diary generation automatically with a single click. Staff efficiency marking, invoice generation and auto email, CA, GPT and etc. links, AI assistant with the data privacy, password change. And this app is easily configurable for the use of some other firm also with no code changes, because configuration file is separately prepared where all the variable details have to be entered. One double click installation process for this.
The time is over now.
Okay. So this is all from my side. Now I'm open for the question.
So Tejas ji, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah. So I heard that you have used Python and SQL to do this.
Yes, sir.
Which how many iterations did you take to develop this code?
Sir, basically with even no license was there, with the free Claude version on the web, I have developed the basic version of this app in 2 to 5 days. Thereafter, after introduction of this hackathon, I have made this app more complex with various tasks. So that took me nearly 10 days. During those 10 days, I was hardly allotting 1 to 1.5 hours for my office work and doing only this task. And after 5 days, Claude, the code was so big, become so big, so Claude refused me to do it free of course. So I have to purchase license also for 1 month. And thereafter, I have worked with the license of Claude.
Okay. Secondly, you have said that you also interact with Gemini AI and there is limited AI assistance.
Yes, sir.
With data privacy. How is that managed?
Okay, sir. There I have put four options regarding the level of depth for whom it is prepared. I want answer brief or not, and according to the income tax, GST, etc. category. So suppose someone has written their section 115 BAC, then prompt will be extended. Only this app would what this app will do. It will extend the prompt that you are an income tax consultant having an experience of so and so years. You are required to give me the detail or the brief answer, and in that way, so only the extension of that prompt or making the prompt more efficient is the task of this app. Otherwise, API will give the answer and no other data of this app will be shared with any LLM, etc. So privacy is there, sir.
Okay. Yeah, that's all from my side.
Tejasvi, just a quick question
Yes, sir.
that in all the office management softwares that are already available in the market,
Yes,
uh,
sir.
what 2 or 3 points do you feel that your tool is a bit different in that case, or is a bit superior in that case?
Okay, sir. I have also searched on this regarding my app because I was also having some curiosity to know about that. So some LLMs answered me that you have the micro level task management regarding each task, time management, idle time management. So that facility, I think, is not available in the softwares available in the market, and softwares available in the market like this level, according to the LLMs answer given to me, are costing nearly 15,000 to 50,000 per year. And this is only a simple app prepared by the chartered accountant, which can be used easily with no recurring cost.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Tejas ji, for your great presentation. You can stop sharing your screen. I will now upon
Yes, sir.
the third contestant for today, CA Kamal Kishore Arora ji. Kamal ji, over to you. And your time starts now.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for providing me this opportunity for presenting this Tally AI Auditor Assistant that I have built. So just to let you know what is this Tally AI Auditor Assistant, it's about the, like you can see, it's like, there is like when we do audit, let me tell you the pain area that we face. As an auditor, whenever we are supposed to conduct an audit, we are supposed to conduct an audit in a, like a time constraint basis, and like there is a, a big constraint on the time all the time. So what happens is, being a chartered accountant, etc., so we cannot even afford to have some kind of a deficiency in our audit work. So with that thing involved that, because so nothing, there should not be any deficiency, all, like we employ clerks and everyone, but then we are, like getting that seasoned knowledge in the clerk is like a kind of a issue all the time. So that's a pain area which I thought I must overcome with this Tally AI Auditor Assistant. So what happens here, it is about AI, becoming a assistant to you, which is equipped with the knowledge. So this AI auditor is actually a assistant, and there are like what I have done. I have made some 18 specialized AI agents, which cover complete cycle of the, like starting from the how we start with the audit and how we conclude with the audit, including the documentation at the end of the audit. So just as far as the technology is concerned, the front end is of course React, and the back end is Python with cores. And for the memory management, I've used Redis and Supabase. And this is how it is gone. Now let me get on to the real task. So here is the real task, actually starts from this point. So here, so this is where we start with this is the app which starts. Now when it is supposed to be connected, it is, like you have a Tally running on port 9000. So when Tally is running on port 9000, So it gets connected with the port 9000. So you run a connectivity check, then it shows you that yes, okay, it is running. So it shows that okay, it is running and goes onto the port 9000. Then we select the period. For what period you want to, if supposing tally data has like 5 years period, so you need to select which period. Sometime what happens when you select a period, like you are in an old period. So it gives you a complete thing. Okay, so you are trying to do an audit for a company which is already past due. And so if you do this, then your AGM has lapsed, your all this statutory auditor report has lapsed, your tax audit report was supposed to be done. So you are overdue by so many days, your income tax return was supposed to be done. So all that stuff. So now after we finish over with this, I mean, like we proceed on this part, then it requires a KYC of the company where we are going to audit. So KYC means who's the auditor, etc., and what is the you're supposed to know about the company. So the company means like the details of the company, the PAN number, GST number, the directors, the KMPs, the promoters, the related parties. So all this transaction is that data is supposed to be filled in this. So this data gets filled in the KYC so that it knows what to do, etc. So once it is done, we say, okay, proceed. It's done the checkup, etc. And it goes into, it proceeds with this thing. So this is the real dashboard that we come to now. And then from the real dashboard, this is how it proceeds. In the real dashboard, this is actually a workflow that works on this. How do we audit? We have this connectivity check. Then it also does because the first part is the opening balance verification. You try to upload a balance sheet of last year's signed balance sheet. It extracts the data. And after extracting data, the opening balances we have in the tally that tries to match it. Then we have a cash book. So in the cash book, you try, these are the audit parts. Okay, the first part is this, you also need to do a MSME classification. So when you do a MSME classification, you are supposed to run this MSME classification. And let's say I run a MSME classification here. So with this MSME classification, it will ask you the detail, what details are required, and etc. for MSC classification. So once the MSC classification is done, so it gives you a data like this. So these are the people which are supposed to, so you have all the creditors listed, whether you say yes or no. So you say yes, so how much, 15 days is what time was agreed for the payment, etc. So that's how it works. Then you have this, you press the cash analysis, you get a cash analysis. I'm not doing it because it takes time to run. It takes 5 minutes to extract the data. So this is how you get a cash analysis, where this cash analysis is done. And then it says, okay, I can see there is so much cash which is there, and this is a 40A3 violation. This could be there are negative cash balances in such date, and there is a potential TDS requirements. So that's the report it gives. And if you can see the MSCB, you can even export the report then in the PDF, and it gives a PDF report. Even for the cash, it gives you a report on that stuff. So then after that, after MSME is done, then you have this cash book. I've told you, then you can do sundry debtors also. So these are the various parts that we do in complete audit. So this sundry debtors you can analyze in the sundry debtors, and in the sundry debtors, when you click on the sundry debtors, you get to go to sundry debtors. So here is the sundry debtors report that you get. These are the total receivables, number of days, what is this, etc., etc. And these are the this company is critical because these are negative balances, and gives you a complete report on what should it be, why it is a negative, because all these are negative. So this is a critical high. So it gives you a complete picture of the debtors, etc., and their outstandings, etc. And then as I showed you, there's a report on the sundry debtors also. The sundry debtors report, it gives you a complete picture of where the problem is, what the picture is, which you can share with the client. And then you can tell the client that, okay, this is the critical areas, you need to take care of it. And then after this sundry debtor is done, these are various parts. You can even go for revenue, etc. And you can analyze analyze revenue, etc. So it will analyze your revenue. Once you click on the revenue, it gives you this report of analyzing revenue. How much is the percentage? What is this? And all that graphical error, where the top 5 customers to whom sales were made, etc. So this is how it gives you a revenue also. Now, you can also click on the related party transactions, and then it gives you a related party transaction, which because we had it in the KYC. So from the KYC, it generated who are the this likely who are the related parties. So these are the related parties. So these are the transactions which were related with the related party, and it gives you okay with the related party. These are the transactions I see, which was a cash was given from the bank, so much was given, and these are the people like which were given. So all that was that's given. So you even have a documentation in the end. Like say you see analyze fixed assets, analyze all this equity, analyze this. You click on it, and you get such kind of analysis which I just showed you everyone. So on analyze revenue, analyze indirect income, analyze indirect expense, you analyze P&L, you analyze balance sheet, and in the end you have this compliances part to check. You can related party, income tax, so all that certificate, okay, Form 3 CD also can be compiled from here. So when you
Last
click,
2 minutes is left.
okay, so this is how you have this this form tax audit for tax audit part. It gives you information on tax audit, what tax audit etc reports is required. So that way you can click it on the some it's a pre-filled, you get it, and on the if there's no pre-filled, you can just look at it. Okay, this is supposed to be examined by auditor. This is the amount that has been debited, and these are the people. You please look into it. So like say this is a related party transaction, all that, and it's a hand holding. It gives you a complete law also. What is the law in respect of this, and what are you supposed to do? So this is, and in the end, then you have a documentation where you can, it's like you can say go to a documentation hub, and in the documentation you can go for what all is required. Okay, this you need to prepare a management representation letter. Just click on it, and it gives you a management representation letter, which is supposed to be signed with the data inside it. Then of course the CARO report, etc. Builds a draft CARO report, audit checklist, engagement letters, working papers, indexes, like so what are the indexes of working paper, in the sense that these are the working paper indexes. This is supposed to be there with you. So all this is supposed to be I mean this is how it works. So this is the part of this documentation. So it takes care of all that requirements of the documentation. So this is the nutshell, and I mean like this is from it. Also tries to draft a balance sheet in the end actually, but it may not be complete because and it also you have a compliances on the TDS and the GST analysis also, where you can there it analyzes it. It is like a hand holding, but it tells you that there is supposed to be this, but you please check it. I mean, because this is cannot be 100% sure, but it gives you an indication that these are the indications for the related part for the GST
The
compliance.
time is over now.
So this is how it extracts a TDS, and then it says, okay, these are supposed to be TDS compliances, and I can see, but maybe you check, but from my perspective, this is the one. Thank you for all this, watching all this.
Thank you, sir. Just one quick question that you said in the related party transaction. Could you please open the related party tab? How do you define related parties? Do you define it Tally itself, or
As I said
uh,
in the first part, when you go to the KYC, there is a KYC section. In the KYC section, you're supposed to fill in the details of the company. And when you fill up the details of the company, you're supposed to provide that KYC, the related party, name of the related party. Because the first part, when you start after the system check, you actually hover on to the, after this, you hover on to the, this part, what do you call it, KYC. And in the
can you please
KYC,
open the related party tab, please? The related party where I can see the transactions with related parties.
there it is.
Right. So I could see some bank accounts there.
Yeah, so
Why
what
are
happens is these bank accounts, the payments are being made from these bank accounts. So it says this payment out of this bank account, some payments have been made. So it says like director remuneration was made out of this payment, So this is Krishna Verma. So this is how it is says okay, these are the payments which have been made. The cash payment has been made to Ram Verma, all that. So these are defined, people are defined as Ram Verma, so it doesn't say, tells you like, okay, you need to look into, okay, these are the, if it is a loan, you got to be looking into section 185 of the Companies Act. And if it is a overpayment, like say this one, loan advance or rupee 9 to shareholder Ram Verma, so holding may attract deemed dividend provision under section 222E. So the tax implication is amount taxable as dividend in hands of shareholder as applicable company to deduct TDS under section. So it's like a, gives you a complete knowledge, on the part of it, that what could be the implication because of that.
Okay, also, sir, very quickly, if you could please show the same exact transaction, the tally itself. Do you have the tally open?
Yes. So what do you want to see?
Any of these transactions, any of these, for example, Ram Verma, this transaction. We can go to the ledger also. DAL maybe.
Let me open the ledger.
Sir, you can just press DAL.
sir.
Banking benefit display all the points.
Juries, what I will suggest that we should focus on the presentation and the preparation of the theme. For that individual things, we can have other time with
So here it is,
the
right?
panelists. Otherwise, time will be too much. So
True, sir.
we can keep our questions, stick up, or we can drop our questions also. Give them time for presentation.
So here is a
Enough.
sham, this thing, but I must give a disclaimer in the end. Actually, see, what is happening is my disclaimer is like it's as I said, it's a AI involvement. It's a and AI was equipped with the knowledge at what you are supposed to check. So I made 18 agents actually. So each agent was equipped. What are you supposed to look into, and what are the implications, and what you are supposed to do. Now with AI, it's like a hand holding. It's not like once you do it. So that's why it's like that's why I say assistant, not a real this. So what happens? You are supposed to be working along with it, not that leave it to it and the end that you go to sleep and that it produces everything in the end. So what you are supposed to do, you are supposed to work along with it one by one and then look into it, what it has produced. It gives you a complete guidance, I think so, to the good, because if some clerk is using it and then, okay, what is the loan and advances to the director or shareholder could be implication. So probably he's not well equipped on that. Or so it gives you a complete guidance, hand holding that if there is any debit balance coming in the name of a director or shareholder, then these provisions could apply. So you must look at it. You are supposed to look at it. So this agent's task is this. But now for let's say for TDS implication also, it just says, I feel that you are supposed to look into it. It may not be realistic, but it gives you a guidance to peep into it, look into it, and see whether it is okay. If it is okay, it's not that it is like it'll give you 100% result, So probably it's not giving, but it gives you a guidance, complete guidance.
Sure. Thank you, sir. Right.
Thank you, Kamalji, for a great presentation. Now we call upon the next contestant, CS Sakshi Chaudhary ji.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank the ICAI for giving us this opportunity. I'm CA Sakshi Chaudhary, and wait, let me just share my screen first. Kamal sir, can you please drop? So yes, so my project that I have created the tool is CSR Lens. So here it is. It is basically a proposal. Whenever we get a CSR proposal, it's an evaluation tool which helps us to turning the proposals into the decisions. So the problem statements with respect to the CSR proposal is first the manual and the fragmented data. The way we receive the CSR proposals are usually in the PPT, PDF, Word file, or maybe some the hard copy. So we need to spend a lot of time to be better to scan the documents, and even if we are having the digital document, the information given in the silos or the different pages. Second comes issue with respect to the speed, because time is a big constraint. So this tool will help us to cut on the time and still bring the similar kind of efficiency using this tool. One of the biggest challenge that comes next is the having an actionable intelligence. For example, we might have a file of a 15 pages or might be 20 pages, but if we are not able to get the exact content that we may require, whether to how to make that, either if I'm in a practice and I'm creating a CSR proposal to just pitch in for a corporate, so I have to make sure that the values are matching. Whatever I'm proposing and whatever the industry or the corporate is looking forward, the values are being matched, the objectives are aligned. And if I'm working in an industry as a chartered accountant and I'm receiving the CSR proposal on the behalf of the industry, that I need to make sure that whatever CSR proposals I'm getting are aligned with the objectives, are creating that impact. For example, recently we just got to know that GAIL as an organization funds only those projects which are in the 25-kilometer periphery of any center or any pipeline or some infrastructure which is being provided by the GAIL. So these kind of issues often comes in the picture when we are evaluating the CSR proposals. So the real issue is not the lack of data, but lack of speed, the structure, and the having actionable intelligence. So this is the technology solution that I have created. Before, after completing my level 1, I was using offline code, and now after completing my level 2, I have just came with this tool, which is an online version, and it helps us converting the raw proposals into the decision-making intelligence. So it will analyze the proposal content, whatever written in the 15 pages or be it the 20 pages. Usually we get an executive summary, a basic, some key points from that particular project which are available to us. We get the URL link of the NGO that we can use as an input. Then we know the CSR proposal for a particular specific amount or the project. So whether it is complying with the section 135, whether it's complying with the SDGs, whether it's complying with the organization key points. It also helps us highlighting the impact of KPIs, the key performance indicators of any CSR proposal and the SDG alignment. It gives us a visual dashboard which is like a boardroom ready. So before just after analyzing everything, it will give us a dashboard that will give us the good indicators whether to go with that particular CSR proposal or not. And also gives, in the end, we will have a PPT ready made available PPT that we can use, some 6 to 7 slides it will give. So the tool I have used for that is ChatGPT LLM for the prompt designing and the logical structuring. And for the creation of app, I have used the Lovable. So next is, let's just see the demonstration of this tool. So my screen is visible.
Yes, it is visible.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. So here it is, and I have just have some data ready with respect to the NGOs. For example, whether it's a trust, a society, or a Section 8 company. Then next is the URL. that we usually ask from the NGO. And in case of we are not having a URL, some brief history of the brief working and the about us, mission, vision, everything of the NGO profile that we may receive in the PDF or docs, we can just upload it here. Next is the project name. So I'm choosing here a first station. CSR sector would be environment. Now the proposal description. This is I have just kept ready. Location, the state, district Noida, Western UP. Reason for keeping these states and all the region specific detail is just to get on the statistics of that particular region. So this is the compliance status. In case we are having, if we are not having anything particular, so we can just keep that as it is. But in case we are having all the required, and here we go. Usually when we try to review or analyze a CSR proposal, it takes a lot of time. Yes. And this tool has done the same task within a few seconds, actually. I think it's 30 to 35 seconds that I have seen so far. If it's running in a good capacity with a good internet and everything, this is what is available. So eligibility, yes, it's eligible. Compliance score is 95 because we have checked all those marks, and whatever written on the URL link is also data also being fetched from there. So estimated beneficiaries, it will take from the NGO URL link as well as the statistics available from the authentic government websites. Funding required. So this will give the credibility snapshot about the sayers that will be from the URL link provided. Then the proposal summary, board narrative. So this is especially very, very mandatory because the corporate need to see whether their values, their objective is actually aligned with the CSR proposal they are accepting or not. So here it is. Then the SDG alignment. Where do we stand while talking about the sustainable development goal and the NGO and the industry? Then regional need analysis, whether if a organization is going to submit a proposal and they are saying ki, okay, we need to bring a digital infrastructure, say in some remote area where even the basic internet facility is not available, so that will not make much sense. So in that case, this will take some regional need analysis and will give us a report whether this project suits to that particular area or not. Then the impact forecast, how it will impact the social indicators there, what is the strategic relevance. So this is given. And here comes the extra sheet for if it provides the additional verification that we may require from that particular organization. For example, these have been given, so but we need the supporting document for that. Human verification needed. So review NGO's audited financial statement. So this will go something extra. So that's like I said in earlier, the 60 to 70% task is done within a fractions of second. And we can take some more time to have these things done. So suggestions, questions for the NGO, specific native tree species, provide documentation of land use permissions, plan for community engagement, project measures, report on key impacts, key impact indicators, and what are the long-term sustainability. So this will generate the key questions that we can ask the NGO to make our proposal even more substantive and impactful. So here's the compliance breakdown, which we initially given or checked. If any one of is not there, so it will be mentioned in the additional verification required.
Last 2 minutes is back.
Okay, so this is about the CSR lens. And what makes this stand apart, previously as I told you, I was using an offline tool, which was the Max was doing the summarizing the document, giving me some keyword extraction and general templates. And when I looked for a better versions available, so they were kind of costly. So when after creating this tool, it gives me evaluation intelligence, real decisions. It is bridging the gap between the data and the boardroom ready insights, and certainly reducing the human efforts and bringing more efficiency. And it's valuable for the CAs in practice as they need to pitch in for the CSR funding and all. And CAs in industry, they need to compare the CSR proposals, which are in huge chunks, and they can have a consistent and compliant evaluation framework and a quick comparison. So that is available, readily available for them. So this CSR lens don't just report, it helps corporate evaluate impact, compliance, and alignment instantly, shift efforts from manual processing to strategic judgment, and turn disclosures into decision. So this is about CSR lens. So thank you so much. If any questions, please.
Yeah, thank you, Sakshi. And
Thank you, sir.
apart from this tech stack that you have mentioned, ChatGPT. So have you used APIs, OpenAI APIs to go and run through the website and get back all the results and again combined with SDG, or there is some knowledge base that you have provided additionally?
Sir, actually, yes, I have tried that, but I was not able to do that properly. So what I did, I just went to and fro communication with the ChatGPT. I have a paid version of ChatGPT. So it's like bringing all the kind of intelligence, the readily available documents which are amended and the latest, having their links, for example, government authentic websites. So I have kept on integrating those again and again in my prompt. So this was the 11th version that I came to decide and get the desired result what I was looking for. But yes, in future I was looking for something where I did not to give that much of information. It will be just integrated with the website available informations.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Any other questions, sir?
Gopalji, any questions?
No, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
much.
Thank you, Sakshi ji, for a great presentation. Now we move on to the fifth contestant for today, that is CA Chunati H. Dholakia ji. Chunati ji, over to you.
Yes, sir. First of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity. This use case is related to automatic downloading of multiple PDF together and extract details from it. In our profession, we need to remain constantly updated. And to update our knowledge, we need to search latest circular notifications, judgments, and any other latest amendments, such as changes made in income tax form, etc. If we will download all these documents manually, we cannot download all these documents together, but we have to download all these documents one by one by moving from one website to another website. Suppose the number of documents are in hundreds, it takes much time to download all these documents. And even after downloading, if we want to extract the details from all the downloaded documents, it is not possible manually. But with the use of AI web scraping, it is possible. Even if we will use Google Colab Notebook, we need not even download Python in our computer. It can be done using speed, accuracy, and with zero hallucination. Even we need not to develop any app for this. So in this use case, first we will download FAQs and guidance note pertaining to income tax form applicable to non-profit organization as per Income Tax Rule 2026. Then we will download income tax forms applicable to non-profit organization. And after downloading all these documents, we will extract the details from these documents. As we all know, form number 104 to 114 are applicable to non-profit organization. Hence, we will ask the AI tool to download and search these forms, FAQ and guidance note from both this website. And as we have seen here, the FAQs and guidance note are available on one website and the forms are available on another website. So we will not need to navigate from one website to another website. AI will directly navigate from one website to another website. And using the single Python script, it will download all these documents in the one single zip folder. And after downloading, it will extract the necessary details. So, as we all know, the downloading from government website and downloading from another website are totally different, because government website does not allow the AI to direct access the details and download the document from their content. So we have used here request session. It will also help in session expire error removal. We have bifurcated the task into two tasks. First task is related to downloading of FAQs and guidance note, and second task is related to downloading of HUL form of PDF. So here we have given the URL, target URL. We have mentioned the form number 104 to 114. we have given the logic, because as we have seen here, the forms are not in .pdf extension, but they are available in click here, and FAQ and guidance note are available in after in click by clicking click here, and the forms are available by mentioning form name. So we have mentioned these details here, and we have mentioned the name of folder to save the document. In the task 2, we have mentioned the target URL and mentioned the requirement, because the forms 104 to not 114 are not available in page 1, but as seen here that they are available in page number 11 and 12. So we have asked the AI to directly navigate to page number 10, so that can be the downloading process can be easier and speedily. And we at last we have mentioned the folder to save the documents, and we have added some technical requirements and coding standards in the prompt. We have mentioned the PDF extension, error handling, and also added 2-second delay between requests, so that the crashing of server cannot be done. So we have also added coding standards, and we have added row strings, so that in case of Python version update, the code cannot fail. Also, we have used beautiful soups index to find the form IDs. And at last, we have mentioned the output folder name. We have given this prompt, and the Python script is here. We will copy paste it and just paste in the Google Colab notebook. It has started the process flow. It will take some time to download the Python libraries. It has started the process. Sorry, this is a second prompt. This is the first prompt to download. In this prompt, we have given task 1 and task 2. In the single Python script it has started downloading forms. Downloaded 104 for FAQs and guidance note for 112, 105. 106, 107, 108. The process flow can also be seen here. So if there can be any error, we can see the error and correct it. So now it has completed first task, and directly move to task 2 and navigate to the another website which we have mentioned earlier. It has started downloading HUL forms. And after downloading, now it is creating the zip folder to directly download to our computer. It will finish within just 2 minutes. Here we have not mentioned that these are forms applicable to non-profit organization. However, the AI tool has searched these forms and downloaded automatically to our computer. Last 2 minutes is left. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yes, it has downloaded. So now we will move to another prompt, that is to extract the details from it. So we will give the code. As we have seen here, all the forms which we have required to download are in this folder. HL form, FAQs, guidance note, all these forms are here in the single zip folder. Now we have asked it to extract the details of the purpose and changes made in the form, and it has started the now the process is complete, found 10 files, and now report generated successfully. It has also downloaded the Excel sheet. As seen in this Excel sheet, it has mentioned the purpose of the form, changes made in these forms. So for each and every form 104 to 114, all these forms, the purpose and the changes made in these forms are converted into Excel sheet by directly extracting the details from the forms which have downloaded here in this folder. So my presentation is over. This was the simple case of downloading of multiple PDFs. If there is any question, I am open.
Chunodiji, could you please show the Excel file as well?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Here a form number is mentioned, purpose for which the form is applicable to whom, and what is the purpose of the form, and what are the common changes made across the form. Forms applicable under income tax rule 2026.
Chunodiji, you need to change the screen. We are not able to see the Excel file.
Okay, sorry, sir. I have stopped screen sharing. Yes, my screen is visible now. My screen is visible, sir.
No, we can only see Google Colab on your screen.
Just a minute. Now,
Yes.
whether is it visible now? Yes.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
The purpose and common charges. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other question?
No, that's it from our side.
Okay.
Thank you, Chunati ji. Thank you so much for a nice presentation. I request you to please stop sharing. And I call upon the sixth contestant for today. That is CA Meet Dhrangdharia ji. Meet ji, your time starts now.
Hello everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. Your screen visible.
Yeah. So welcome everyone. My name is Amit Drangadria and I'm into internal audits. And today I'm going to present you the GST audit suite so that we can do the GST versus books versus TDS applicability in very quick manner. So problem is like when we face internal audit in GST area in listed clients. there are maybe around 50,000 plus invoices every month. So for this thing, I have like scanned various tools, but whatever we are doing in our practice, all the queries, all the parameters are not exhaustively considered. So what I have done, I have compiled all the things which we face day to day during GST audit process, along with all the GST tools, and made this single combined GST audit suite. So to this, I'll show you one demo. So I have extracted this 4 files: purchase register, general register, then debit note, credit note, and GSTR to be data here. So what we'll have to do, we'll have to upload this file into this audit suite. And before beginning, just to clarify, this suite is completely offline. It is not using any other internet dependencies. So we just have to upload the books data here. It will automatically fetch the columns, or if there is any spelling mistake, then it is automatically correcting it. Second, here we can upload GSTR to be. So once we upload the data here, it is showing us the rows in the sheets. Like you can see here, I have uploaded 21,000 rows in purchase register. Let me verify it. Yeah. So we have around this 21,800 rows, which is loaded into our software. And in GSTR 2B, there are various sheets. Let me confirm it. Yeah. So we have various sheets here, but this software will auto-identify the relevant sheets into our this GST audit process. Next, we can map the columns if we want, but if there is any error, then it will show. Otherwise, we can just click on this quick run. Yeah. Click on OK. Yeah, so you can see here within seconds, we have processed this 23,000 total rows across 5 files. And we are getting all the audit queries which are there and which is possible in GST audit areas. And if I tell you the audit queries which is covered here, it is this cross GSTIN matching, and queries which are bills which are not in to be, bills which are not in books but in to be. We have also identified value mismatches, the bills which have zero GST in books versus to be, and ITC not taken. There may be supplier late filing. QRMP vendors are identified. If the vendor have filed the return in wrong month, then we can also identify. So in this way, we have identified total 29 queries which can be identified in any GST audit. And you can see the data here. So typically what happens if we upload this file in Excel and do VLOOKUPs, pivot table, and this fuzzy matching, then this Excel file will hang. But we can see here, we will get a drop down here also. We can clear the drop down. Or if you think there is a GST sorting requirement, then we can just do the sorting here. We can also identify the periods here. This period will fetch automatically based on the data we are uploading. So these categories are for the queries. These are not in to be. These are not in books. We also get a wonderful scroll bar here. We can scroll all the items here. And also we can put some remarks like need to follow up with vendor. And we can also assign one extend drop down and assign a user here. Then what we have to do, we just have to export this file into Excel or maybe in PDF. Yeah, and before exporting, let me give the overview of the queries which we have identified. We have identified the amount differences here, difference between books versus GST portal. These are the duplicate items, and these are zero GST item. These are time bar item. So what happens in time bar? So if there is any invoice which is uploaded after this before financial year end, then it will come in time bar. Then ineligible credit will come in this section. If any vendor is filed late return, then it is also covering here. We'll also get GST wrong issues, We'll also match cross GST number. E-invoicing will be identified separately. Then these are the match figures. So if you want to spread statistics, then it will come here. Total 23,000 records and match 16,000 records. And we also get an executive PDF data here. We just have to download this executive report. It will show us the top 15 discrepancies. We just have to manually verify this in Excel, and we can quickly close the GST audit. And apart from this, we have Excel file also. Yeah, so 55 MB Excel is generated within seconds. Let me show you the sheets. Yeah, so this is the master reconciliation sheet where we are getting this all the query wise data. You can see the source. It is purchase register, credit note, debit note, or maybe B2B credit note from 2B. And this data is coming from 7-pass engine, so it will show us the pass also. And here we can see all the data here. We also get this party-wise GST and data, so that if the GST amount is matched in books and books and 2B GST and wise, then it will not show the invoice-wise problem. So we can quickly move up that party and focus on other parts. We also get some other views. Here are the party-wise comparison, books versus 2B. This is the total data sheets. This is monthly heat map. We can see here in this red zone, there are some problems. So we just have to click on this ICAI bank here, and this will show us the relevant queries. Also, in this vendor compliance, we'll get idea of vendors which are filing the GST returns late. So we can just quickly export this sheet and send to the vendor that please file our return timely so that we can get the credits. And this one is bonus part. So we'll get TDS calculation also from the taxable value. Like in this row, you can see 87 crore value is there in taxable. So it is calculating now 194Q as per 0.1% TDS. Like based on the vendor name, it will match the keyword and show us the calculations. And this one is internal audit special observation. Like if in some organization someone is trying to split the PO on the same date because of the DOA or maybe delegation of authority hierarchy, then it will show this type of area also. And we'll also get GSTR 3B pre-fill data so that we can quickly identify what change we have to do in table 4 with regard to eligible or ineligible
The last
ITC.
2 minutes is left.
And if we want the computation, then we can just click on this button and we'll show all the calculation of this summary file. We'll also get this HSN compliance in this GST audit suite. So we just have to export the HSN from our software. It will show us that if there is any error in HSN or maybe HSN is valid or any ineligible credit will show up here. Yeah. So that's it from my side. And if I talk about the technologies, I have used this Java and React technology with Bubble UI. And this tool is completely offline and it is made for the businesses and pro internal auditors so that we can do this 4 to 5 days GST audit activity within seconds. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Any questions?
Yeah. So, what can you just briefly state the 7 passes that you have built into this? What is the 7-pass test?
Yeah. Okay. So when I upload the data, first this tool will match the invoice number, date, then amount, and GST number. So if the details are matching exactly, then it is it will give under this exact match. So this is first pass. Second pass is this deep clean area, wherein it will match the small errors in maybe the invoices, maybe the amounts. So nominal errors are there. So it will deep clean the data. Third one is fuzzy invoice. So it will based on the patterns. In information technology, it is called regex pattern. So this tool will like identify the possible matches by this third engine. Fourth engine will use the GSTIN plus amount data, which I talk about in this party-wise comparison. So if the GSTIN-wise amount is matching, then there is no need to possibly check the invoice number differences or maybe other things. Fifth will be the cross GSTN match. Sometimes it happens like Gujarat company is reflected their invoice in their Maharashtra GSTN. So PAN number is same, but this cross GSTN will match along with this sixth cross PAN matching. So sometimes the accountant enters the wrong GST number. So this two part will be covered in fifth and sixth engine. Seventh part will be amount plus month matching. So if the data is not covering in this first 6 month engine, then it will be covered in seventh engine. So that's how this tool will give you the confidence level queries in each and every engines.
Yeah. Nice. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Rupalji, any questions?
No questions from my side.
Thank you. CA Dhruv, the seventh contestant for today, CA Dhruv Duwaji. Dhruvji, over to you.
Yeah. Hi, good evening. I think it's is my audio and video visible, sir?
Yes.
Yeah. Hi, good evening to everyone. Thank you to the faculty and thank you to ICAI for organizing such a nice forum. And thank you to my esteemed colleagues and friends for presenting such nice use cases. Let me just share my screen. Just one second. My use case today is an internal tool that I've built known as Fin Analyzer. The objective is for my chartered accountant colleagues, friends to essentially be able to go from raw unstructured tally data to very structured MIS reports, which can be presented to clients while adhering to DPDP, which my esteemed colleagues also spoke about, keeping everything, including the data processing on premise with nothing leaving your computer, yet giving you the insight which an AI tool would give you. The objective of this utility and the main purpose of this utility is for you to be able to retrieve all data in one click from Tally. And once you've retrieved that data, आपको Tally खोलने की उसके बाद कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. That data now resides locally on your computer for you to analyze whenever you want. This is also very good for people जिनको MacBook use करने की advantage है, क्योंकि वो data can remain on your MacBook. You can use it to analyze there also. Instant FIFO data, creditor aging reports, interactive P&L cash flow, party-wise tracking, basically everything which an accounting software can give you, uska on-premise given to you. Obviously, I'll just cover the kind of reports there are, but the objective and the flow of how we do this, ki Tally Prime se we pull live accounting data, we load it into a file known as TSF file. इसको हमारी TSF फाइल को SQLite और other local sourcing engine से analyze करके we're able to build 10, 15, 20 modules which you can then use to export your reports into Excel. Financial review meeting आपको करनी है, it will, my guarantee, if by using this methodology, it takes you only 5 to 10 minutes for you to analyze what is going on in a client's financials. That being said, let's move on to the use case and how we do it. The utility sits locally on your computer. You have two options to import data. आप सीधे Tally से भी import कर सकते हैं for a particular period. And once you've imported it from Tally, let us take the case where we imported from Tally. For sake of clarity, we'll just do it for 2 months right now, but ये period is variable. You can use it for any variable period that you want. जब आपका Tally खुलाओ, your Tally should be open on your computer. Here we have a dummy company जिसका data is there for 1st April 25 to 31st March 2026. First, the validation. Okay. We import the data from Tally. Everything gets locally imported on your computer. It does not leave your device. अब आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे we are able to see you can generate month wise reports. अगर आपको सिर्फ 1 month analyze करना है, you pick only 1 month. You want to analyze multi month period, it's your choice. Here for this case we will be analyzing both the months. Once we've loaded the Tally data, we are able to see certain modules. All of this is locally there. It runs on your local computer. What all modules are there? Let's pick up the ones which I personally find very interesting. The first module which I find interesting is a quick analysis of whether GST has been charged on each and every sale item or not. अब problem क्या होती है कि when we receive unstructured Tally data, the ledgers are all over the place. Client A uses different set of ledgers, client B uses different set of ledgers. उसको standardize करने का first तरीका है is to be able to see कौन से ledgers represent GST payable. So यहाँ पे all the ledgers which represent GST payable can be searched by way of just putting the name there, and you can search कौन से GST के payable ledgers हैं, और ये ledger जब तक आप इस utility को use करते रहेंगे आपके browser में stored रहेंगे. So here I know कि GST payable is one ledger which I personally feel is कि output से related है. Maybe output के और भी ledgers हो सकते हैं. So let us make it easier and select output as GST and GST payable. Now by doing this, it has gone through all the sale vouchers and given me the report कि इसमें matched values out of that 70 sales voucher 61 match हो गए हैं जिनके ऊपर GST charged है and 9 है जिन पे GST charge नहीं है. Now I can go and check rate wise on what GST is charged. I can sort it through ledger wise. I can sort it through party wise. So now I know party wise किस पे क्या rate charged है, and I can export this report into Excel and present it to the client. Literally 2 to 2.5 minutes for you to analyze कि क्या GST की आपकी इसमें implications है on sales. आपको detailed analysis करना है, you can export based on the sale जो आपने GST के ledger select करे थे, you can export the sale register with all the values, and जो आपने GST के sale register select करे हैं उसके basis पे ही सारी values आएंगी, and this is exportable into Excel. There is also an option to export it into markdown format जो कि LLM friendly होता है. आप इसमें डाउनलोड करके you can give it to an LLM, notebook LM को दे सकते हैं, ChatGPT को दे सकते हैं, and you can analyze further. But that also depends upon whether you want to share data with the LLM or not. Similar analysis can be done for purchase GST register. Purchase के GST के जो ledgers हैं can be auto selected including the input GST. यहाँ पे there is a feature for auto selection. You can clear it, do your own selection. आपको month wise summary मिल जाएगी, and you can see you can sort it by month. You can see whether it's a B2B type, whether it's RCM type, based on जो Tally के अंदर base data है, all the type of purchase register can be sorted. अगर आप reverse charge के भी ledgers यहाँ पे दे देंगे तो you can also sort किस पे reverse charge है किस पे नहीं. Comprehensive, visually easy to understand, total reconciliation of all the vouchers in Tally with what is going on in terms of GST. So a full 100% audit of all vouchers, very quickly done, gives you the ability to present it to your clients as an MIS report. This is GST features. There are inherent features, but since time की paucity, we'll move on to this, which is my personal favorite and जहाँ मेरे को challenge face होता है, and I'm sure आपको भी होता है, is the TDS analysis. Again, the problem is कि TDS payable के ledgers are differently organized in different clients. So let us see इस client ने कैसे organize किया हुआ है. यहाँ पे TDS has already been auto selected based on keyword search. आप चाहें तो इसको change कर लें. Based on auto selected TDS भी select कर सकते हैं, नहीं भी कर सकते हैं. यहाँ पे अब आपको एक ledger मिल रहा है, and उसके अंदर आपको compliance की percentage मिल रही है. So I can see which all पे deducted है, किस पे short deducted है, किस पे missed है completely, and किस पे below threshold है. So for example, अगर deducted है, I can even open the ledger and check, okay, 3 vouchers, 129, 183 और 3112, party name, total amount, expense ledgers को कितना hit कर रहे हैं. जो expense ledgers pick होंगे वो Tally primary के groups पे होंगे, तो आपको sort नहीं करना है कि क्या expense है. It's based on the primary ledger grouping. Status deducted, what is the rate? Exportable in Excel so that आप खुद भी analysis कर पाएं. All expense ledgers are highlighted here, and in case you need to check कहाँ पे miss हुआ है, you can also check. For example, contract services में इस voucher पे miss हुआ है, so it can become a question for the client. You can also put in your own note, like an audit note, and then export it into Excel. Party-wise analysis possible, ledger-wise analysis possible, completely customizable, and beautifully exported into Excel for your comfort. Moving on to other modules, there is other modules for analysis of reverse charge by giving the reverse charge ledger name. इसमें जो my personal view, you can select reverse charge ledger name and then just search कि for example we know rent पे reverse charge पे होता है. So now I know कि office rent पे अगर reverse charge ledger select
The last minute lesson.
it's not coming, I can check that. Key very interesting feature is the profit and loss account. Ability to see the complete profit and loss account and export it into Excel with all notes and linkages. प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस से आप अपने ग्रुप में एनालाइज कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल सेल्स को आप रेवेन्यू में दिखाना चाहते हैं, इनडायरेक्ट इनकम को अदर इनकम में. A complete report can be exported into Excel with linked cells with key statistics. Shareable on device completely with each and every client with groupings as per tally. Most interesting feature, cash flow. By auto selecting bank accounts, you can analyze ki where did the money go for the client, kahan se money aaya, kahan se money gaya, which all parties contributed to most inflow, which all contributed to higher outflow. Very quick analysis. The biggest feature is that you can export all of this tally data into a source file. ये सोर्स फाइल आप अपने क्लाइंट को भी दे सकते हैं, अपने पास रख सकते हैं, डिफरेंट कंप्यूटर भी यूज कर सकते हैं कि अगर नेक्स्ट टाइम आपको मेरी ऐप यूज करनी है, वहां से सीधे सोर्स फाइल को इंपोर्ट कीजिए and the same data will come again without you needing to go back to tally again. Last features, sometimes you want to check and revert to the old tally features कि आपको vouchers देखने हैं और ledger देखने हैं. Each ledger statement is viewable with period sorting जैसे आप tally में देखते हैं. Each voucher book is viewable. You can view vouchers, you can view each and every ledger, you can analyze accounting ledgers. और अगर आपको traditional way में जाना है, so you can even see trial balance in collapse and expanded way with groupings, opening, closing balance exportable to Excel, and FIFO के basis पे debtor and creditor की aging कि कौन से creditors बहुत ज़्यादा outstanding हैं, 31 से 60 days, 61 से 90 days, उनको आप sort भी कर सकते हैं for quick presentation to the client. Here आप देखेंगे तो debtors में 91 to 180 days में ये हमारे सारे debtors आ रहे हैं, which I can quickly, while sharing my screen with the client, discuss what is the reason why the debtors are long
The time is over.
for creditors. So thank you for your time, and I hope everyone found the utility useful.
Dhruvji, just a quick question. Could you please list out a few AI tools that you've used for creating this app?
I have used a combination of ChatGPT, Codex, and for refining it, I've used Claude Cowork and Claude Code. Codex for the base, Claude Code for refining, and for just putting some last for the makeup, if I can use the word. Any other question from the? I think there's a question on the group. You can the transaction from this utility to tally is not possible. Maybe in future would be integrated, but right now. One question, if the faculty allows, there's a question on whether it will work on large data sets. Just wanted to cover one thing, that once you open this utility, आप यहाँ पे एक button देखेंगे, it has been optimized for very large number of rows. So it uses SQL on the backend so that आपका browser even on older computers slow ना होए while retrieving. अगर आप यहाँ देख रहे हैं 12,000 transactions have been loaded. Even then the app is responding very quickly. This is a little bit of Codex and Cloud Code magic with nice prompting, but the effort was कि browser should remain light for you to view what you want to view, and सारा processing should take place at the backend using the SQL utility.
Dhruji, no questions from my side. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So I think so time's up, and
yeah, thank you, Dhruvji.
Last question was there on the group. So this is an open source utility. I'll share it on the website. Please feel free to use it. There's no use in price. Someone's just asked me that.
Thank you, Dhruvji. We move to the next contestant. That is the 8th contestant for today. CA Suresh Keswani ji.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank the ICAI leadership for providing this platform. It's really an honor to be on this panel. So is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
So my topic for the day is Finance Pro. Before I take you to my main application, I will share you my suitcase application. So in this application, I store all the applications which I create. So I do not miss out on any application. Okay, so before starting financial consultancy, the first thing we need to ask our client is the basic three, whether our client has LIC, term life insurance, Mediclaim, and the 6-month emergency fund. I will show you how I use this data later. So first I will answer this question. So our client has Mediclaim and is not having LIC and emergency fund. So this application is divided in two parts, tools and calculators. The calculators are easily available on Google, so I'm not wasting any time on that. So coming to tools, the first tool is rent versus EMI. Client, while deciding in between rent and EMI, they only see the present terms, the rent today and the EMI today. But there is a catch. EMI, once locked, it will remain constant, but rent will keep increasing. So for comparing that, we need to compare it for a period for which we are trying to buy a house or looking for a rent. So I will show you this. See, now this tells me till 11th year, the rent is lesser than EMI. After 11 years, EMI rent will cross EMI. So we will head initially the savings because of opting for rent will be invested in mutual fund, and after the rent crosses EMI, the excess of rent will be paid from the fund which we created. See, the corpus fund exceeds rent. So the corpus will fund the excess rent. So in our case, the better option is to buy the property instead of going for rent. I will share you the second tool. So in this tool, client comes to me and says he wants to repay the loan in 10 years. But I will share him the other way around. I will tell him to, instead of repaying the loan in 10 years, you repay it in 20 years. But the cash outflow will remain same. Like for what he wants to pay for 10 years, he will pay that much only. The differential of the EMI will be invested in mutual fund. 10 years down the line, our fund will start paying the EMI. Okay. So you can see this, the monthly difference SIP is 18,000. So this will, so 20 years down the line, our fund will be 65 lakhs. So in paying, say, so our client wants to pay 61,000 for 10 years. So our client wants to pay 74 lakhs. We saved 65 lakhs out. We gave him a fund by shifting the strategy. Instead of 10 years loan, we shifted it to 20 years loan. I will share you the next tool, which is SIP Finder. So in this, first we need to ask our client all the requirements, the goal our client wants at the time of retirement, the SWP which he wants after retirement, and also we will ask the step up SWP as well as step up SIP. So here I am taking 3 lakhs. So step up SWP. So our goal for retirement would be 5 crore. And after retirement, our SWP will run for 30 years. I'm taking 7.5% SWP. So we will also ask the asset allocation, how much our client needs to invest in mutual fund, in gold, and in fixed instrument. So the percentage I have fixed for mutual fund, it's 14, for gold it's 9, and for fixed instruments it's 6. So our step up SIP will be 7.5%. This is lump sum withdrawal at the time of retirement. Okay, in one click we have got the SIP, the current SIP which our client should start in to achieve all the goals, to achieve the goal at the time of retirement, to achieve SWP after retirement, and also to achieve the step up SWP. 1 second. Okay. So here it is. So initially when I was developing this, I was not getting proper result because while using AI for mathematical calculation, we have to be very careful. So I was getting different answer for SIP finder and for goal achiever. All the things I have kept same in goal achiever and in SIP finder, but I was getting different results. So first I made all the parameters similar in goal achiever and in SIP finder so that I can check where the application is going wrong. Then I inserted a button to verify in goal achiever. So as I press this, all the data from here will be pulled to goal achiever, where I can check that I am getting the similar result or not. So till 55 years, 25 years till retirement, and 30 years post retirement, it's getting achieved. Okay, we will check. See, there is some corpus left. We got the required SIP as 17085. Now we will check 17086. So to check whether we are getting the precise answer.
So raise the last 2 minutes.
Okay. See, I just added 15 rupees in SIP and there is 10 lakhs corpus left. So like for this is a raw data. I cannot directly give it to my client. I need to convert this raw data into final result. So I will generate. Just 2 minutes, please. Just lost the connection. Okay, so we will convert the raw data into an expert report. So our expert report is ready, but it's still lying in the application. We need to serve this to client. So this is our expert report.
Suresh, the time is up.
See, this also covers the critical gap term life insurance, which was missing. The first question we asked while logging in. Thank you.
Sureshji, apart from HTML, any other technology that you used for this?
No, I created the whole application through Cloud Code.
Okay. Yeah, that's it from my side.
No questions from my side also.
Thank you.
Thank you, Suresh ji. It was nice hearing you. You may stop sharing your screen. We may now invite the ninth and the second last contestant for today, CA Ashwini Tayal ji.
Good morning, friends. I'm C. Ashwini Tal from Delhi. And the topic today, which I have chosen, is the most core burning problem of every CA, every business entrepreneur, everyone, that is data. For the last 20 years, my data is on cloud and that is unorganized. Whenever I get the data and whenever I want to search the file and I'm not able to search the file, that is the biggest pain I was facing for the past couple of years. And because team save GST file in their own pattern, balance sheet in their own pattern, bank statement in their own pattern. So to resolve that issue, I use ChatGPT script in one of the fine mornings at 4 a.m. and developed a small tool for me in Google Sheet, which I'm going to demonstrate here today for the benefit of everyone. And my presentation will be short. Are you able to see my folder screen?
Yes, it is visible.
Yeah, and this is the one of the short sample data which I have created for giving the demonstration here. Just hold on for a moment. Yeah, and here you see that this is my drive and this is the sample data, and at the top of it, this is the folder ID. The folder ID I copy, and this is the Google Sheet. Here I paste the folder ID here, and then there is a file list file and in folder button. When I press this, all the files and folder listed here in this particular folder. And what we have to do now, that this is the prefix, this is the suffix. Let's say I want to rename the file, let's say 2026 ICAI Bank 2026 ICAI GST. I just copy paste here and suffix the particular name for, let's say it's HDFC GST. It's April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. And now what I will do now, I will combine prefix and suffix. When the script is done, then you will on the right hand side get the desired file name, which is going to rename in that folder. Now the time for magic. Now you just click rename file and folder, and you will see the magic here live right now in front of you. Any folder, any file, whether it is doc, whether it is PPT, whether it is Google Sheet, all the files are renamed in just a fraction of 5 seconds. And in this way, I totally rename all my folders as per my requirement, and all the client data as per my requirement, which I'm showing you in a couple of minutes. And first, this is all the coding which I have done, and this is one of my client and all the coding. This is the company, and this is the assessment here, and this is advanced tax, bank, CS certificate, FD, GST. When I click GST, all the data is in a proper fashion, in a proper way, and in this way I remove all my pain area, and all the data of my system is now 100% organized by using this small utility in Excel, and it's a no-brainer activity. I repeat, we have to do in sheet number 1, we have to paste here the folder ID, and after that we just press list file, then all the files are listed here. Then we have to rename in the prefix and suffix, and you can rename also. Then you can rename that again also. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then any number of times you can do that. I just need to press combine. Then rename. All the files which I have renamed, then again rename according to my requirement. This is all what I have to present. Any questions from your side?
Thank you, Ashwini. No questions from my side.
No questions from my side as well.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for the time you have given to me, and thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Ashwani ji. Great presentation. Now we move on to the last contestant for this episode 1 of season 5, CA Naman Trivedi ji. Naman ji, over to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Rishi, sir, and thank you, jury, and thank you, ICAI, for giving me this opportunity. So just a minute, let me share my screen. So Rishi, sir, please confirm, is it visible?
Yes, your screen is visible, your PPT.
Yes, sir. Right. So we chartered accountants have spent years learning and understanding financial statements. But a good investor is not someone who reads the most, it's someone who synthesizes the fastest. Synthesize means to collect and process the information fastest. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Naman Trivedi, and I am from the city of Lakes, Udaipur. Today, I'm showcasing my use of investment thesis drafting with the help of AI. So first, I will be explaining what's an investment thesis. And so investment thesis is a document which helps you understand your preferred sector, the opportunities within the sector, and growth opportunities within the sector, catalyst and growth drivers of the sectors. And this is entirely given to you through this investment thesis document. My problem statement is, previously we used to spend months drafting an investment thesis. But now with the help of AI, it's been done in a fraction of minutes. Investment thesis is a very crucial document for three domains that are equity research analyst, VC, IB, firms, and retail investors. So for equity research analyst and VC, IB, or PE firms, the first question when you sit in an interview, they ask you to define your investment thesis. I have personally struggled with this thing a lot, and hence come up with this framework of drafting this investment thesis. And apart from this, retail and private investors, they have a common saying that if you don't know a sector, you don't invest in it. And one more saying is that if you don't understand the business, you are not an investor, you are a gambler with a demat account. So going upon how to draft the investment thesis, there are two methods of drafting investment thesis, a top to bottom approach and bottom to top approach. So speaking about this, top to bottom approach is first where you identify a sector, and then based on this sector, you you choose a share to invest in. Bottom to top approach is something where you figure out a share first, and then based on that share, you figure out a sector. And we usually do this to understand the macro risk available and present in the sector. Then we comes to drafting the investment thesis part. So first is, as I told you, sector identification. The sector identification part is first you go with the general observation. The general observation is simply what you see in this market. That first is health or fintech sectors are truly very potential sectors which are having a high growth in the future. And second is a bit NSDL fortnight data. It's a base, I would say, data-based approach. So if you go to this website, NSDL websites, you will get a fortnight data. Basically, fortnight data is you get 15 days FIS data where they have investing into. So this is there are three things into this. First is let me open into Excel and explain you this. First is this AUC, that is asset under custody. Second is net investment. So asset under custody is not much of as used for us. We have to focus on the net investment part. So if you ask me, I will providing this template to you. So once you put the data over there, you will have this thing with you. So to identify a sector, you can either go through the trend line and identify that this sectors might be the potential one. But we will be using AI for this thing. So once you go to Gemini, and I've written this prompt over here, the prompt number 1. Once you paste it over there, just a minute, right? So once you paste it over there, along with this picture of that, so it will give you 3 promising sectors, which is highly growing into this based on the data. So you can see it is information technology, telecommunication, and financial services. And the reasons also they have mentioned at the end of this prompt. So the prompt is basically it asks you to analyze the data based on whatever is having into that report. Perfect. So once you have the sectors with you, let's say I have information technology, telecommunication, and financial services, I need to figure further dug into this and I understand what are the theses, what are the particular opportunities presenting this. And hence I have prepared 3 gems for this. So we can, based on our prompt, if we are repeatedly using it, we can create a gem here. So the first is I'm using a sector thesis prompt. And once you put a sector name into this, let's say I have put an information technology sector here, as you can see, it will generate a very in-depth report for me. So this is the core investment thesis report we are talking about. This talks about the subsector within investment thesis. Let's say enterprise, Gen AI, global compatibility centers. It explains you the several sectors which are available within this investment thesis about the sector. The second part is the full investment thesis, where it will be talking about the opportunity. It will be talking about why it's an opportunity now and what's the upside of this. There is second section of this which talks about the sector familiarization as well, which helps you to understand, okay, these are the customers of us. This will give you the value chain breakdown and the change catalyst and growth driver, as I was speaking into the introduction of this investment thesis. You will understand what are the catalysts. Let's say for some, it will be industry and policy leadership and others. And the main, if you ask me, the crucial part of this investment thesis, that would be undoubtedly initial hypothesis. This initial hypothesis is basically a hypothesis. Let's say we have a common saying that AI will replace the labor. So this AI will now quantify whether this statement is true or not. So it has mentioned that AI will replace the labor, but who will capture this value is a question. Who will capture the productivity premium? Let's say this Gemini is taking the value of labor. So this is a sort of hypothesis they give us. On the basis of hypothesis, we can identify a particular sector to invest in. And lastly, there is opportunity validation, which gives you that why this sector is very crucial to understand. Once you have identified the sector you want to invest into and you have understood and learned about the sector, trust me, we have 50-60% done with the process. But then comes, let's say, I have spoken about the information technology sector. There are tons of shares listed into market. How you will identify a one share based on that? So you have to go and put this prompt number 3, which I will again providing to you all. So this prompt basically takes the data of this company from the open sources AI and open sources websites and hence put here. And you can take a snapshot, have a glimpse of what companies are really doing great. And the only reason this prompt is basically it will filter out the top 3 stocks to watch for you. And you can have this here. And like, for example, we have TCS, Coforge, and Oracle Financial Services. Once you are here, you just have to use your last gem that is called as stock analyst. Once you open this, you just have to put the name of the company. And trust me, when I was using previously, when AI was not there, I have paid 1,000 rupees to 2,000 rupees for such type of reports. Now we are getting it on a click and it will tell you about everything. Like, for example, talking about the executive summary, it will talk about the recommendation, the intrinsic value, and the entire business and industry analysis. They will explain you the business model, revenue model, and everything. So just give me a minute.
Namanji,
Right.
last
And
2 minutes.
yes, sir. Concluding. And objective of this investment thesis are simple. They are basically understanding the sector opportunities present there and eliminating emotional biases. Basically, you have an entire data-backed research with you. So let's say, for example, I was previously giving a lot of importance to agri-tech sector. But once you run through this entire process, you will understand agri-tech in India is not as much as growing in the next 5 years. It will take much more time to grow agri-tech and have a capture opportunity here. And identifying the catalyst driving factors to make rational decisions, you will obviously have this catalyst, which will, if happen, will lead to a potential growth of your stock and the sector. So that's it about. So any questions are welcome for this. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Ramaji, no questions from my side.
Thank you, Rahul.
No questions from my side as well.
Thank you, Rupal.
So thank you so much, Namanji, for a great presentation for today. And we had some very good presentations from all the 10 panelists. And it was a roller coaster ride for all the contestants, as well as the jury, as well as the audience who had various use cases, various different use cases to lie back upon and see. Don't forget, I'll just a moment. Yeah, don't forget, we are still open for the next 5 minutes. The voting lines are open. I'll just share my screen. Yes, hope you are able to see my screen. You can now vote for all the 10 contestants if you have not voted till now. We'll be open to the next 5 minutes. We'll close at 5:20. This is the QR code for the ICAI AI Hackathon Season 5, Episode 1. Also, don't forget that the registrations are now open for the ICAI AI Innovation Summit as well at Bharat Mandapam, New Delhi. We are displaying the QR code for that as well. Early bird is closing tomorrow, 18th of April. Don't forget that we are coming out with a faculty identification program on the 9th and 10th of May, 2026 at COE Hyderabad. The registrations are open for that as well. The hackathon registrations for panelists are open for the last few episodes. We have a full house for all the episodes coming up. We have the next episode, the episode 2 for this season, next Friday at 3 p.m. So the viewer links as well as the panelist viewer links are open for that episode. Panelist links are closed. Panelist links are open for the last 2 or 3 episodes only. And we're also coming out with various books. 6 books of the AI in ICAI publications have been launched. Ethics in AI, Privacy in AI, Impact of AI on Indian Economy, AI Law and CA, Prompt Engineering for Chartered Accountancy, and AI and DPDP Act. These 6 are available for purchase on the ICAI CDS portal. The 7th one, AI Essentials for Chartered Accountants, is in the review phase right now, and it will be out very shortly, within the next month, hopefully. Proposals, the last day for the 8th book, that is the Python Essentials for Chartered Accountants. The proposals are invited from authors, and today is the last day for giving your proposals for the chapter submissions. So if you have not submitted your proposals, you can give that as well. Also, AI committee has started with the refresher sessions for level 2. We had a first session on the 10th of April. It will be a bi-monthly affair, and that is two times in a month. So next session is on next Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So those who have done their level 2 can also come and join us at 11 a.m. for the level 2 refresher sessions. At 3 p.m. on next Friday, we'll have the Hackathon Season 5 Episode 2. The level 1 refreshers are going on since the last 1 year. We have one refresher tomorrow with the faculty at 11 a.m. So those who have done their AICA level 1 can join us tomorrow at 11 a.m. for the AICA level 1 refresher sessions. Also, the registrations are open for the next set of batches in May and June for AICA level 1 as well as level 2. So if you get a batch near you and want to have not done either AICA level 1 or level 2, you may please register for the same now. Last 1 minute for the voting lines to close. If you've not voted, please vote. 1 is the lowest, 5 is the highest. And you have to vote for all the contestants to register your vote. Last few seconds and then we'll close. The top 3 or 4, depending upon the jury and the audience votes, will go to the next round, that is the semi-finals. We have 8 prelims, starting from 17th to the April to the 5th of June, and then we have 2 semi-finals, 12th and the 19th of June, and then the grand finale at the ICAI AI Innovation Summit will be held on the 26th of June at Bharat, Mandapam, New Delhi. So please register for the AI Summit. You will get to see the Hackathon grand finale there. So thank you so much for joining us. I thank our honorable leadership, President CA Prasanna Kumar D, Vice President Sir CA Mangesh Kinare, Chairman Sir and immediate past President CA Charanjot Singh Nanda, and Vice Chairman Sir CA Umesh Sharma for their constant guidance and motivation. I thank our esteemed jury for today, CA Rahul Bajaj ji and CA Rupal Garg ji, for their time and effort and helping us in this onerous task. And I thank all the 10 panelists for giving their time and effort for making today's webinar a great success. And may the best person will move to the next round. I thank the audience, tech team. Thank you so much. We now close for the day. Tech team, can we end?
Okay, sir.
Thank you so much. We'll join you next week for episode 2. Thank you.